Hey everybody, it's the Walker. Today we're doing a pack-based gear review. By pack-based gear review, these are gear items which I've actually used out of my backpack in real use, and well, as coincidence would happen to have it, my backpack is also my camera stand. But that's another matter, and we are on the mountain again, and this time we're reviewing the Nitecore HC30. This is actually a pretty cool gear item, and it's got a couple features which I really like. First thing, we'll show you what you get. You get, well, obviously the headlamp and a band. And the band is very large, which is kind of nice because it fits my big head. You get a box. Hey, you know, everybody needs a box. You get this little baggie, and there's 2 O-rings and a boot cover for the switch, and I really love that because, I don't know if you can tell, you can unscrew this and replace the switch boot. Hey, I love user serviceable items. I don't have to send it in Nitecore because years down the road, and if you look at this, is a 5-year warranty. So, you know, 3 years down the road, when I finally wear this off, or if I ever do wear it off, I don't got to contact Nitecore about it. I just change out, I unscrew it, I change out the boot. I love that. And also a clip. Now I put an inner strand of gutted paracord, and I'll explain why a little later in the review. But there's the clip. Now, a few features of this headlamp. First thing, it takes 2 different types of batteries. Lithium ion, and here it is. Nice, big, fat. This is actually a nice lithium ion battery. This is a Nitecore 3400. This is a 18650. I've had this battery for a little over a year, and it's been doing very good. So it's an excellent battery, and it's pretty solid, pretty solid. Of course, it's protected. So if the headlamp draws down too much power, it won't damage the battery. The protection circuit will be fired. And I don't remember the exact low voltage limit for lithium ion batteries. I think it's like 2.5 volts or 2.8. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. It's a protected battery. The other battery source you can use are CR123s. It'll take 2 of them. I recommend lithium ion, especially on these high modes. I think the turbo mode is like 1,000 lumens, and it really looks like 1,000 lumens. You're going to wolf down 2 of these primaries, no time flat. Much better off going that option, much better off. The threads, they look pretty good. They're fine, but they look like they're square cut, so I'm pretty happy with the threads. And there's a little O-ring right there, and a little cap, a little spring. Goes right on. There we go. There's a little bit of traction right there, so I can. There we are. Look at that. Okay, now a couple things first. I don't know if you can see, but this reflector is really deep. It's got a deep. I mean, there's not a lot of real estate on this platform, but this reflector is deep. I mean, the LED, which is an XML2. It's a big LED, but that reflector is deep, and it's for the size, it's kind of wide. So this headlamp, it has more throw than some other headlamps I have. However, the beam is still pretty wide. But if you're looking for a headlamp that has like more on the throwy side, but also has a wide beam, so you get kind of like both. But this one, I have other headlamps that are also throwy, but have a little bit of flow. But this one really throws. I was surprised. I think according to the instructions, the throw rating is 162 meters. I don't have any way of testing that. You'll see during the field testing part of this review. You can judge it yourself. But it really throws great. So I was pretty happy with that. Now let's take a look at the modes. I'm going to put up the mode settings on the screen. You know, I'm doing this. I'm not going to bother reading you the lumens or anything like that. I mean, you can take a look at it right there. But I'll put it up on the screen too. I'll put it all up on the screen. But generally speaking, you have an ultra low, and this is pretty low. Then you've got a low, you've got the mid-level, high, turbo, which is insanely bright. And it goes back down to the ultra low. Now there's one really cool thing I like about this headlamp. Often there's a debate in my mind, do I like memory mode, or do I like no memory mode? Because they're both advantageous. This one does both, and that's pretty amazing to me. Let's say we go to the low. Actually, we'll go to the medium. We're on the medium setting. Okay, now we press and hold, it's off. Okay, Now, in order to get the memory mode, so it'll go back to that medium setting, and we're back. That's great. Press and hold, we're off. Now let's say I don't want to go boom, 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 up to the higher modes, maybe to trash my night vision or whatever. I want to drop it back down. This is a setup where I wouldn't want a memory mode. I want it back down to the ultra low. Well, what I do is click, and there we are. One more click, and now we're on low. So I'll show you again. Click and hold, off, fast click, and now we're back to the ultra low. Up, we'll go to the, that's the medium. Click and hold. Now, let's say I decide I go right back to the medium. Look at that. That's great. So I've got the choice between both. And we'll turn it off. Oh yeah, we got the strobe. We got the, I believe that's the SOS. And we got this little beacon. I'd rather like the beacon. I'm not a disco fan. Nothing against the Bee Gees. You guys are great, but I'm not really into disco. But how did I get there? Let's hold it. Off. Double click. I double clicked it. Single clicks to move the modes through. I would probably use this beacon mode if I was setting this up as in my camp to like find my camp, because sometimes I put a light up just to find my camp. And this is kind of neat. But as far as the other modes, that's not really my shtick, but it might be yours, and that's cool. That's cool. Turn it off. Once again, single click goes through the modes. Click and hold. Done. Fast click goes back down to the ultra low. Off. Now I'm going to show you something too. There's a way you can jump right to the highest mode. Boom. When you start off, it's on off. Press and hold. Oh, we're still on. Okay, press and hold. Boom. Just like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that, you know. Is that the bear? Is that the Sasquatch? You know. Bear, Sasquatch. I don't know if the headlamp will chase him away, but at least I can see him, and that's good. All right. Now, there's a couple... There's one feature which is pretty interesting, and they call it here. It's also reverse polarity protected. Turn you off. But here's a feature which I think is just awesome. It's just awesome. It actually worked in my field testing. The feature is let's see. Okay, advanced temperature regulation, ATR. Now that's a marketing term if I've ever heard it, but who cares? Who cares? It actually works. And here's how I tested it. I ran the headlamp on the highest mode possible, the turbo mode. And I ran it, and I was actually physically running. I trail run. And the temperature that night was around 33, 34, something like that. Maybe it dipped into the 32 range because there's a little bit of light snow occasionally. The headlamp pretty much stayed cool because of the moving air as I'm jogging with the coldness, and the, turn you off, and it didn't really, the light output dropped a bit, it seemed, but not a huge amount, as the headlamp was cool because of the atmospheric conditions, moving air and just cold air. So it went down a bit, and it did it in a kind of a subtle way. You know, I hardly noticed it, but it definitely, it worked to prevent it from cooking. Now, I tested out inside the house, just pointing it straight up. No, house was, I don't know, like 70 degrees, and I pointed it straight up and turned it on turbo, and it got warmer. It definitely got warmer than when it did during the cold, freezing night of me jogging. But what happened was that the light output seemed to me, and I don't have a light box, these are all field reviews, I'm just observing with my eye, it seemed to drop even more as it got hotter and hotter, but that protected the LED, so it actually worked. It seems like this thing, if you want to run it really bright, and this is a bright headlamp, this thing, it's spectacular the way it's able to lower the output to give you the maximum power you can get without cooking your LED. So the ATR it actually works, and it worked during my field test. Now, there's one cool thing about this headlamp which I really like. Actually, there's a lot of things about this headlamp I really like. Is that you can see, I'm able to take it right off. It comes right off the harness thing, headband without a lot of drama. There's no drama. It pops right off for me, but at the same time, when I'm running, it didn't move. It didn't move at all. It stayed where I put it. And this means because I can take it off easy, there's the clip for it. Let's see, right here, and pops right on. There we go, look at that. Now we've got a really handy flashlight. And I thought that was an amazing, like a really cool feature. I thought that you could make it into a little flashlight. So we'll take this. Well, I'll have to do it down here because, there we go, loop it right around. Bingo! Look what I got. I got a flashlight. I got a flashlight. Not only a flashlight, now I added this lanyard. This doesn't come from Nitecore. Look at that. Look at that. I got a little flashlight. I got a flashlight. And the coolest part is, it's pretty comfortable in the hand. It's pretty comfortable in the hand. And look. Oh, look at that. We got an excellent, very nice. Wind's picking up, but hey, that's what it is when you got a pack review. A very nice lockout feature. Now it won't turn on. Now what this means is that I can just throw it. I have a case, but you know, I can just throw this into my pack. Clip holds. There we go. Clip holds. So we've got a really winner ultralight flashlight, and it weighs nothing. I'll put the weights up too. All right, so that's it for just the verbal part of this review. We're going to go on to the actual field testing, and it'll be in a couple parts. So if you don't want to watch the field testing, that's cool, but it's really worth watching because I did some amazing things with this headlamp, and it's an awesome gear item. And thanks a lot for watching, and let's move on to the field testing. Hey everybody, it's the Walker. So what are we doing tonight? Okay, we are testing the Nitecore HC30 headlamp. We are going to run 6 or 7 miles. We may do a night river crossing and a bunch of other things. We'll start this. I'm already half mile into the run. Performing great. I believe the river crossing point is another half mile away, so we'll film it. If you don't want to watch me run for half a mile, move it, fast forward it along. We'll get this camera ready. We're going. There we are. We are at the cycle through the levels. Low, medium, actually, to be totally accurate per the description, ultra low, low, medium. We're going to run with this level right here. Find ourselves a fording point. Always gotta be careful when you're running down. I don't have any hiking poles with me. A lot of times when I night jog, I'll take a set of hiking poles and I go off. And then when I don't need them, I lift them up. There we go. Our fording point. Well, here's the score, guys. Temperature, actually, guys and girls. There we are. The temperature, 39 degrees. Dumping that. A dump in that will blow. I have to dump these shoes. All right, let me set up for that right now. No point even walking across those rocks. They're underwater. We're gonna go right across. That's what we're gonna do. There's the area. This is actually over here. just the marsh. That's just the marsh. You're passing through that. Let's set up and get ready to go. Hey everybody, well, here we are. So what am I going to do? Well, we are going to dump the shoes, dump the socks. There we are. Just go with just the legs. Now I don't recommend, that river's kind of flooded. I don't recommend stream crossings in the 30s, but it's kind of like my normal everyday shtick. So you can see, there's that right there. There's the river right there. Hey, I'm gonna put this camera inside waterproof case. I don't want to lose it. If I dump in that water, at least I can recover the camera. So we put in the waterproof case. We do a crossing, then we're going to continue with the testing. I don't actually recommend this for everybody. Sure I didn't leave nothing behind. I don't want to have to cross again. That would suck. Okay, nothing's left behind. Let's go. It should save me, I guess it'll save me 3 miles tonight. I'm still going to run 7 probably. Oh man, that's cold. That is cold. That is really cold. Headlamp's doing a great job penetrating the water. Gotta keep my eye out. This is a heavily fished river, so I want to keep my eye out for fishing hooks. I want to keep my eye out for rocks I can slip on, glass, all sorts of things. Man, that's cold. Whoa! Water's going through at a good clip too. It doesn't take a lot of water to cause a to be tough to walk through. Headlamp's doing a fantastic job of penetrating it. Man, my legs are cold. I don't want to do that again. Oh. There we go, we made it. Whoa, that was miserable. Whoa, that was cold. All right, we made it. We're back. Yeah, that's dirty. Clean up these feet. Believe it or not, that's going to save me time. It's going to save me time, though. Again, I don't recommend it for everybody. You look across that river. There we are. So we made it. We made it. We definitely made it. Up next is the dunk test. We're going to do the dunk test next. That's going to be another mile. Man, feet are cold. They're just steaming. All right. We'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. And here we are, the spot of our water test. It's going to suck a little bit because, well, that means I got to run with a wet headlamp. I have a hat though. It's going to kind of blow, and it'll actually blow even more because, well, if it dies, my headlamp's dead. Probably has something else in my pack, but that's not, you know, it's a little bit of a price to be paid for field testing. So hopefully this passes the water test. There we go. In you go. Into the water with you. Yeah, that's nasty. There you go. Alright. Ah, it's sinking into the nasty leaves. Oh, it's being covered by a leaf. We'll let that sit for a while. We'll let that sit for a while. It's been about 5 minutes or so. Let's check it out. It's kind of neat, you know. We got this little, it's like a little cave thing here with the water. There you go. Okay. And you're up. You're up. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not happy about the wet headband, but I don't see any water in there. I don't see any water in there. And I am really happy that I have a working headlamp for the hike out of here. You know, that's kind of like a, I'm sure I got something else in my pack, backup flashlight, but there we are. Okay, dunk test is a success. I don't see any water. I'll thoroughly inspect this later. But it appears to be, dunk test is indeed a success. I'm not going to be happy wearing this, that's the steam coming off it, 'cause it's freaking cold out here. Alright, oh, is what it is, and this is on the low setting. This is good enough. The low, which is like pretty good lumens on it, is good enough for the remainder of the hike out of here. All right, this concludes tonight's part of the field test. We've got one more little thing, but we'll do that for another outing. Hey everybody, it's the Walker. Tonight I'm doing one of my favorite things, which is bushwhacking, which means no trail. I'm just stumbling around the woods, but I'm not really stumbling because HC30 Nitecore headlamp set up as a flashlight. And this does answer one question that anybody out there wants to know. Yeah, works good with gloves. There's a little bit of chill in the air, so it's working great with gloves. We're going to test out the, just show you the various modes and that cool, awesome looking beacon mode, which I think is great. And then I'm just going to continue on my hike, bushwhacking through these woods, which is loads of fun. We'll make it easy. Ultra low. Low. Medium. High. Turbo, which is outstanding. Look at that. Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Drop back down. We'll hike with the medium mode, which is way more than I ever really need. Bushwhacking's kind of fun, you know. There's like no trail, so you're kind of on your own a little bit. But of course, the problem is you can pick up ticks a lot more. But it's kind of fun too. A lot of coyotes in these woods. Black bear. Saw two black bears last year and a pile of coyotes the other night, but they ran away from me. Black bear was a little hesitant on running away from me. Didn't really like that, but it slowly rambled off. Young bear, sometimes young teenage bear. It's I wouldn't say uppity, but you know how it is. They're just kids, really. There we go. Okay. Turbo mode. Just wow. Just absolutely wow. Pretty unbelievable. Pretty unbelievable. It's amazing. Ultra low. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on here, double click. I'll turn it off first. Double click. 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 And there we have this crazy beacon mode. Let's see how this thing is. That's neat. Leave it right here. There we go. Oh, it's a little dark out. Okay, let's see here. Huh, how am I going to miss that? How am I ever going to miss that? Look at that. Wow. I knew that would be cool. That's amazingly bright. Click and hold to turn it off. One click puts us on the ultra low. There's a medium. One advantage here too I like with this lanyard, I can let it hang, loop the lanyard around my hand like so. Skadoodle it back up, and there we are. Now I don't have to worry about dropping. It has a drop rating, but there we are. Okay, there we go. I'd rather not worry about the drop rating by using a lanyard. But I had to make one myself. Wasn't included. Wow, look at that one. Look at that tree. Whoa, look at that. You are massive hemlock. Wow. And I can see you with the turbo. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. It's an amazing tree. There's no way I'm lighting up the entire woods with this. Wow. If I sound impressed, it's because I am. Wow. Now this mode right here, the low mode, truth be told, this is what I use to walk, this is what I use to hike with, and even run with. It's very bright. Okay, I guess that will conclude the field testing. I'm actually on an actual outing. So I need to finish up this bushwhacking hike and call it a night. And thank you very much for watching this rather large review. Something took that tree down. And y'all have a good night.